The Bert Show. What's trending now? Go! Kristen knows. It's the Bert Show's entertainment buzz.
They turned his spotlight off. They turned the house lights up. They turned his mic off and escort him off the stage. That's how bad his stand-up was.
I've never heard of anything like this happening before.
So it was Nick Swardson's stand-up show in Colorado that was cut off 20 minutes in. So if you don't know who Nick Swardson is, he's buddies with Adam Sandler. He's been in the Grown Up movies. He was also, if you're a fan of Reno 911 like me, he was the guy on roller skates. He's a pretty successful comedian in his own right. And this wasn't like a comedy club that he was working. He was at the Viller Performing Arts Center in Beaver Creek. This is a huge stage with a massive audience. And he was so inebriated and he was slurring his words so bad that the venue made the decision just to cut it. So here he is at the, towards the end of his 20-minute set. When they turned his mic off.
Let's go. Refund! Let's go. Who here knows who Norm Macdonald is? Let's go.
I mean, they turned their lights on.
Yeah.
And turned off the spotlight.
Dude, they turned off the mic. This is wild.
Now they turned off his mic.
So his mic is now off.
Wow.
They escort him off the stage. Then one of the managers of the venue walks out and says this to the understandably so upset crowd.
Good evening. My name's Justin. I'm the director of operations. We've decided to conclude the show early in the best interest of those who bought tickets. We apologize for what you've seen tonight. Please email the box office. We'll be responding to inquiries and processing credits and refunds.
So I was at a comedy show in Washington, D.C. We're talking about years and years and years ago, where the stand-up comic, a very well-known stand-up comic, came out, and now we know he was going through a substance abuse part of his life. And I don't think at the time we knew it. He came out on stage. He unraveled like this long scroll of new jokes. And clearly either drunk or on another drug, was starting to practice these on the audience. It got so bad and was so boring that they just about booed him off of the stage. I didn't tell this story a couple of days ago because it was Richard Lewis who has just passed. But I literally saw him live, and he was the comic that they damn near kicked off the stage.
Well, he's been very vocal about his struggles and then and getting clean. So Nick Swardson posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, just casually woke up on TMZ. Travel tip. Don't drink and take edibles in high altitude. Effing brain diarrhea. Yeah. I'll make it up to you, Beaver Creek.
Yeah.
So he's blaming it on drinking, edibles, and high altitude.
I'm sure that didn't help, but I don't think that's the full reason why that happened to him.
Probably not. All right, raise your hand if you loved watching A Different World back in the day.
Absolutely.
Oh, it was such a great
One of my
show.
favorites.
Somewhat, yeah.
I rooted so hard for Whitley and Dwayne.
Me too.
All right, so this show ran from 1987 to 1993, and I'm loving the fact that they're doing an HBCU tour event and going around to different HBCUs, and
cool.
and like students now are still like madly in love with this show. So they're doing this HBCU tour event, and the main cast is there. But Sinbad, who suffered a stroke in 2020, is not there in person, but he made his first public appearance in 4 years via a video call during the Different World reunion here in Atlanta. And when his face pops up on the Zoom screen, like everybody goes crazy. And this is one of the questions they asked him.
All right, Sinbad, first of all, much love from Atlanta to you, brother. Thank you. Much love back to Atlanta.
And he afterwards goes on to thank everybody via Instagram on his own page. And it's just, it was such a beautiful message.
Man, that was so cool. A different world, going to Atlanta, going to Morehouse College on the campuses, and getting a chance to be on a Zoom and say something to the kids. It's wild that the kids even know who I am. That's beautiful. Thank you to everybody who's been praying for me and saying good things and supporting me during this time in my life. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
This man had a 30% chance of survival when he had his stroke, was in a medically induced coma, and just to be able to see him now it's a really beautiful.
I had no idea Sinbad was going through that. I met Sinbad once, and he's a really great, humble man. Like, he's an incredible soul, so I'm happy to hear he's getting back on his feet.
One of the stars of Queer Eye has been accused of having anger and rage issues. In your next Entertainment Buzz on The Bert Show.
The Bert Show.